We're the indie project Bee and Theo, and we've been living and travelling the world in vans for the past 6 years. We're currently renovating an abandoned stone barn in Portugal to turn into a beautiful tiny home for us and our cats Ginjey Bear and Furrnando. Follow our journey from the very beginning as we document the whole process of creating an off-grid home. Good morning everyone. Today is the final day that we're going to be returning a rental car, because whilst we've been off camera we've been looking for a new vehicle constantly, and trust me, I don't enjoy looking for cars. It's rather boring, so that's why we haven't filmed the whole process. But the exciting thing is we finally found one yesterday and we're going to be bringing you along with us to go and get it. Can't wait to show you our new set of wheels.
Just arrived at the place where we can wash and hoover the car. Bee's gonna do the hoovering and I'm gonna do the washing, and I think I've actually washed more cars in the last few weeks than I ever have in my whole life. It's ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie, I think Bee got the short straw here. It's taken a lot longer than I thought it was gonna take, but it does look amazing. And now I'm gonna jump over to the spray booth and get this fully cleaned on the outside.
Was a nice smooth transition handing the rental car over, and now we've got a 15-minute walk to the train station, and then from there we've got a 1-hour journey north to Covilhã, which is where we're actually picking up our new car from. So it's been raining on and off. Fingers crossed it doesn't rain now, because I don't really fancy walking in the rain.
We've just arrived at the train station in Castelo Branco, and this is actually my first time ever going on a train in Portugal. Bee's been on many, but for some reason I've never been on a train, and we just got our tickets. It's really affordable. It's just over €6 to travel nearly an hour to the next city, which in the UK it would be so expensive, but travel here and public transport's really affordable, which is nice. We've just arrived in Korea. It was a good train journey actually. It took way longer than I thought it would. Like I said, it takes an hour and you can probably drive it from Castello to Korea in like 45 minutes. So it's odd that the train's so slow. It only stopped at one other station, which was Furrnando. So I don't know why it was going so slow, but anyway, we're heading now to a shopping centre so we can get some lunch, and then we're gonna get a taxi to the place where we're buying our new car.
Our lunch, as you can tell, and I've just realised that I've lost our bank card. I usually pay for stuff contactless on my phone, so I didn't notice for a while, but I've just gone to get some cash out for a taxi and no bank card, which is fantastic. And there's a taxi right there. I'm going to go and ask them actually if I can pay with contactless, so fingers crossed, because I don't really know how else we're going to get there. It's about 15 kilometres away. No, sadly not. I'm gonna have to call the people we're getting the car from and see if they can collect us. That's the only option.
Good idea. The universe really doesn't want us to own a car in Portugal. We've jumped through so many hoops, been to so many places, and we're so close yet so far. But I'm sure the guys at the garage where we're gonna buy, well, the dealership where we're gonna buy the car from, we've already actually bought it. We just need to pick it up. Hopefully they'll be up for coming to pick us up, because otherwise it's going to be a long walk. Hola, Panza.
Hola.
We've just arrived at the car dealership, and it was really nice of them to come and pick us up because we was literally stranded, and now we've just got to do all the paperwork, sort out the insurance, and then we can show you guys the vehicle that we bought.
I am so excited to no longer have to return hire cars and keep them in tip-top condition. That's not saying that we're going to trash our car, obviously not, but it's just going to be so nice to be able to drive our own vehicle, have our own means of getting around again, and not be stranded in random cities. Well, check it out, we're driving actually, we're not just sitting, we're driving the new car. I say we as if it's a group effort.
We finally did it.
We finally did it, we've got a car! Any guesses what it is? We're not going to show you just yet what the car is, so this is your clue. We're sitting inside it, as you can see. There's not many clues, it's obviously got 5 seats.
So comment now as you're watching the video and let us know what car you think it is. And it was really funny, I wish I could have filmed it, but I wanted to keep it a surprise, and we're going to pull over and show you guys what it is. But it's just really funny because they pulled it into the showroom and then they put like little plaques on it and over the number plate of the company, and then some guy popped out of a room with a camera and took a photo of us next to the car, and it was really funny.
Yeah, so comment below before we show you what it actually is. I was just messing around with the radio and I discovered a CD in there, so I'm curious what the previous owners used to listen to in our little car. I nearly said the name of it then.
Oh, yeah. Wait for the drop. Welcome to our 2012 Dacia Duster. We're super stoked with it. It's really clean and we love the paintwork. It's like a glittery bronze colour.
As we mentioned in previous videos, looking for a new vehicle, this one hit all of the criteria that we were looking for. It's 9 years old, it's got really good mileage on it, and the height is absolutely fantastic because, as you know, we live off grid, our property isn't on the side of a road, so we really needed something that we knew could drive up and down there safely without scratching underneath. I'm sitting in the boot. It's a really decent size. We were actually quite shocked by the size of it, considering this isn't the biggest vehicle in the world. This has got a lot of room in it, which is fantastic. It means we can still get supplies in here as well. Once the truck is back on its feet, though, we'll be using that for the main things like that, but this is just going to be pure luxury to drive compared to that. It's also got something even better than a big boot.
So better than having a big boot is the fact that it has aircon, and that was like the number one thing for us. Living here when it gets up to 40 degrees in the summer and driving around and we have lovely leather seats, I would just be sticking to the seats and I'd have to peel myself off every time we stop and get out of the car. But yeah, it's just really nice. It's a really comfortable car. It's a comfortable driving position. We went for this as well because it was one of the biggest engines and the most powerful engines that you can get in the Duster. So that's going to be really good for when we're driving off-road and stuff. You know, we got a little stereo with some cool CD that came with it with some crazy music. But yeah, just the aircon. Other than that, it's quite basic. It's quite simple, but we really like that.
Moving on to the outside of our little Duster. It's got roof bars, which is a fantastic beginning for a roof rack because Theo's got a lot of ideas for our little Duster here. There's some tinted windows, which is pretty handy considering it's sunny here most of the year, so that's really cool. And then down here, we've got some brand new tyres that Theo is already planning on swapping out for some much more rugged ones.
So like Bee said, I got quite a few ideas for this Duster and some modifications and upgrades that I'm going to do to it. Definitely going to stick a roof rack on there with some boxes so we can carry more things on the roof. Also, I'm definitely going to go for some all-terrain tyres at some point, and I got some other ideas up my sleeve, so you just have to stay tuned to the videos and see what I get up to.
This is the first time I've sat in the back and it's actually very spacious. I don't know why I'm surprised considering the boot was so spacious as well. But this is going to be great for ease of taking the cats to the vets and stuff like that. They can go on the back here, and also it means if we have friends and family come and visit, they can be chauffeured around by us as well. But I've got to say, I know I said the aircon's great and the size of the boot is great, but actually the best thing about this, the best thing about our Duster, it's got cup holders.
Doesn't even need a stick to hold it open.
Very different than a truck, isn't it? Very different, but I mean, look at it. It's immaculate.
Shiny and almost new.
It literally looks like a new car. It is. I could eat my dinner off that. I could literally eat my. I would not hesitate to eat my.
Set yourself a challenge, and there will be dinner served on there tonight.
Right, I know I've said the cup holders are great, the aircon is great, the boot is great, but actually the best thing is that we got a really good deal on this car. You saw us looking at other cars and the prices were absolutely insane, and we feel really happy with the price we got for our Dusty, and we look forward to the adventures we're going to have with it. We also forgot to mention that it has parking sensors.
Ooh,
How
so posh.
How posh is that? Talk about fancy. And we're finding that life without a bank card is very hard. There's been instances where we desperately need one, so our good friends Ken and Gina, who don't actually live too far from where we are right now, have offered to help us by letting us transfer some money to them and them giving us the cash, because as we all know, cash is very helpful.
Cash
when you
is
don't
king.
have a bank card, cash is king. So we're off there now to grab some cash.
How you doing?
Good, man, good.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah. Wow, look at this.
New car.
Awesome.
Do you like it?
Yeah, jeez, it's bigger than I expected. It's like really high up. Nice, man.
It matches my mate's colours.
It does. Most of this is your car.
I'm so thankful to have good friends like Ken and Gina who, when we get into tricky situations like actually having no cash and no way to pay for anything, they can help us out. So thank you so much, Ken and Gina. And if you've never seen their YouTube channel, go and check them out. They're called OK Portugal.
Well, we're now back home and this is such a nice vehicle to drive. I drove us back home and trust me, it's a bit different to the truck, but I'm really happy that we've actually got this vehicle problem all sorted out now. That's done and dusted, pardon the pun. But yeah, we ended up getting back really late. We were planning on getting back way earlier than this so we could get more plastering done. It's actually midsummer today, so it's still quite light, but it is about 8:30. The sun will be setting in about half an hour, so unfortunately no plastering today.
We got Furrnando a little present while we were out, and it's so cute. I don't know if you can see that.
Hey
but
baby.
It's a bow tie collar and he looks adorable, and it's got little polka dots on the back.
It's very jazzy.
He's not very happy with me.
It suits him though, doesn't it?
But yeah, he looks incredible. We had to get him a present, but he's been so good lately. We just thought, you know, we'll reward him with a bow tie collar.
I'm just gonna check in on the chickens and see if any of them have gone to bed yet, and I can already see some of them are still up, which is quite late for them, but I suppose it is midsummer, so you guys can get away with a late night if you want. So this is Frenchie. Look how big Willow and Nancy are. Willow, who is definitely a William, is a spitting image of his dad who sadly passed away, and Nancy is a gorgeous girl, aren't you? Hello. I don't know why you're all up though. You've made a right mess in here. Look at this, you've knocked your water bowl over and everything. I've actually ended up letting the chickens out for a little bit because they have been such good girls and boy, and been in their enclosed enclosure all day. Longer than planned. Oh, hello. Sandy's getting really close behind me. So they wanted to just have a rummage around just out here, peck some ants that aren't the ones that are in there, have a look in the bushes and all that kind of stuff. As usual, the cats are also right by my side wanting to get involved. Furrnando is banned from being in here though because he tries to chase the chickens, but it's nice to see them enjoying themselves, and they all seem very happy and well. And you might not have noticed, but our one chicken, the white chicken called Sage, has been broody for the past couple of days, but we don't actually have a cockerel at the moment, or a mature cockerel, so she's been sitting on unfertilized eggs, which obviously isn't very good because nothing's going to happen, nothing's going to hatch. So if anyone's got any tips for how to break a broody hen, because I don't want it to get unwell sitting in the coop when it's hot, I do pick her up and take her out every day, that would be really great because I've never had to deal with this before.
So it looks like everything worked out well in the end. It was worth the wait to find this duster. We're in love with it. It's going to be amazing for traveling around Portugal, and you know, like if we want to go on a little trip to the Algarve or something, it's not a really big deal now because we've got an actual modern car that we can drive that doesn't feel like driving a tractor. If we want to pop to Lisbon, we can do so. So it's going to be so useful. We think it was a really good buy, and we think it's like the perfect combination to have this and to have the truck. So the truck is going to be fixed, and then we can use that on the land, and we can use it to go and pick up building materials. But this car, we can go to the shops, we can head to the city, and it's literally no stress. This car is going to be a lot more reliable than the truck is. So we're very excited. We think it was a good purchase, and we hope you enjoyed this video, and make sure you tune in for the next one because we're back in the barn working on our lovely stone barn.